Good morning and welcome to day 15. We only have one more day left in this module. Today is Friday. If you have anything left undone and you wish for me to reopen that assignment, reach out to me today and we'll see what we can do about that. But we need to make sure that we're all caught up because our last day of this module is Monday. So, I put first day of June, summer is on its way. Of course, we're on the second day of June. But I wanted to wish you guys a happy summertime. Summer is not my favorite time of the year. I don't like how hot it gets here. But remember to wear your sunscreen when you're going out. So today we're going to be talking about adapting coaching to the patient. When coaching patients, it's important to recognize that they are individuals. One way of presenting new information to a patient may not work for another patient. It is important for the medical assistant to consider the barriers to learning and possible ways to help the patient overcome those barriers. It is also important for the medical assistant to remember the patient's developmental level and possible cultural diversity issues that may impact learning. Now, again, I realize we're administrative medical assistants. We're not necessarily medical assistants. But if you're cross-trained in a facility, you may be meeting patients in a different area of the medical facility than if you're just a regular administrative medical assistant. But still, administratively, you're going to be talking to patients of all ages and cultures. And a lot of these tips and tricks to remember will cross over to all areas of the medical facility. So let's talk about developmental level. As we grow and develop, our thought processes and behaviors change. I'm sorry, my tongue is so tied. We learn differently. We can understand more complex concepts than we were when we were younger, than we were able to when we were younger. It is important for the medical assistant to consider the person's developmental level when coaching. For instance, young children are concrete thinkers. What you say is what they believe you will do. For example, if you say, I'm going to take your blood pressure, a 2-year-old child would have no idea what you're going to do. If you say, I am going to give your arm a hug, then the child may have a better understanding of what you are going to do. Coaching techniques you use for teens will be different from those you use with older adults. Also, referencing materials as you talk can be helpful to the patient. Now, we're going to get into looking at Erikson's psychological development coaching tips. So, the development stage that we're going to talk about first is trust versus mistrust. And the age range is 0 to 1.5. Coaching tips: use a calm, soothing voice, hold child securely, involve the parents as much as possible, keep routines consistent as much as possible. If it is time for the infant to eat, allow the child to eat unless eating and drinking is restricted for a medical reason. So the next developmental stage is autonomy versus shame and doubt. Age range is going to be 1.5 to 3 years old, which would be a toddler. Use simple, familiar words. Allow child to handle equipment and make choices. Use play to teach the child. Our next developmental stage is generativity, cannot say the word, versus stagnation, which is about the age range of 25 to 60 years, which is middle to adulthood. There really is no tips to communication here. You should be able to adhere to just regular, normal ways of communicating. So the next developmental stage is ego integrity versus despair, and that age range is 60 or older. Communicate with dignity and respect. Use simpler language. Speak clearly. Allow time to respond. Find out what they know about the topic. correct any inaccuracies, build on prior information, listen to their concerns, and provide resources as needed. Excuse me. Remember, guys, that this is going to cross over from the medical assistant side to the administrative medical assistant side. Make sure that you're always aware of who you're communicating with. Remember your cultural differences as well as your age differences. Have a great weekend, and I hope you learned something today. Bye-bye.